promptly showed why he was missed. And a ball hammered to left field, high in the air, and he has done it! Wilson Ramos, 5 RBIs on the 4th. All leading to a much-needed win for the home team. Tonight, the Padres roll into town, losers of 6 straight. It's a safe bet. Gio will be ready in Game 1.
Washington Nationals baseball. Washington Nationals baseball.
Big weekend at the ballpark, and the big three are pitching for Davy Johnson. So from the Navy Yard station to the Admiral as he motivates the boys up and down the dugout bench. Padres, a troubled ball club. They've lost 6 in a row, but they're only 4.5 out in their division. The Nats got more help from Miami last night, and they're only 6 back of the Braves. How about the middle of the order yesterday? Starting with Ian Desmond up in that number 2 spot. These guys went 9 for 11 with 5 runs and 6 RBIs.
Well, he just showed the skipper, and he wanted to put some energy at the top of the lineup, so he wanted Ian Desmond and Bryce Harper back-to-back early in the game for that energy. In the last 6 games, Desmond 364, 8 for 22, a 462 on-base percentage. So Davy Johnson said, I want some of that at the top of the order. And yesterday, Ian Desmond added that energy. 3 for 4, 2 steals, big day. And then you put other guys in a more familiar role. Jason worked down the 6th slot to drive in some runs, and that's what he does best. So he had 3 for 3 yesterday, an RBI and 2 runs, and then Wilson Ramos back in the lineup. We didn't think it would show this quickly, but 3 hits, a home run, 5 RBI, and showed up big time. And you saw the offense yesterday. We said it going off the air. The band is back together, and they put up some runs.
And by the way, right before that swing by Wilson Ramos, Davy Johnson told Randy Knorr he might as well cap off his day with a home run here, and that's what the big man did. All right. As far as the series probables go, they better be more than probable because the Nats need Gio, Jordan, and Steven to pitch 3 days in a row and pitch well like they have been doing.
And we always talk about when these guys pitch back-to-back-to-back in a series, you can wander a little bit, let your mind wander into what it would be like in a 5-game series facing these 3 starters. But Gio Gonzalez has been as good as it gets when you talk about the last month.
Took him a while to get number 4. He got number 5 quickly, maybe number 6 here tonight. But Andrew Kashner is throwing pretty well for the Padres as well. He salvaged a split of a 4-game series by beating the Nats in San Diego back in May. Ryan Zimmerman got him for a 2-run homer and another RBI. It's going to be a pretty good pitching matchup. Kashner and Gio straight ahead. bank for the achiever in you. Beautiful Friday evening. By the way, that's the water taxi from Alexandria to Nationals Park, going by from right to left there a moment ago. Down at the National Harbor, the Woodrow Wilson Bridge, it's a beautiful night on the Potomac. And it's also nice here on the banks of the Anacostia at Nationals Park. Train celebrating its 100th anniversary by offering irresistible financing. Hard to stop a train, really hard. It's toasty at 90. The good news is the humidity is down from the 60s and 70s that it's been all week. Amazing that the Nats played 4 games against Milwaukee and never once got stopped by the weather with all that crazy forecasting we had. Padres are 10th in the league in batting, 6th in runs, 9th in home runs. They get Everett Cabrera back off the DL today. He went on June 17th with a strain of his left hamstring, and even though he's been out for a couple of weeks, he still leads the National League in steals with 31. He's hitting .336 on the road, and he is a dual threat from either side of the plate. Gio Gonzalez, third career start against the Padres. He's 1-0 with a 1.42.
Yeah, last time out in New York, Gio was fantastic. Pitched 7 shutout innings, giving up just 3 hits, and the Nats 13-2 win. He struck out 7 Mets, walked 2, threw 119 pitches, 84 of those for strikes. So 2-seam fastball, 4-seam fastball, and it's been good. Curve and a change to go with it. Set the defense for the Nationals today behind Gio. Harper, Spanworth, your outfield. Desmond, Zimmerman, Rendon, LaRoche, your infield, and Wilson Ramos behind the dish again.
Mike Everett, 15-year veteran, is the acting crew chief tonight. Tim Welke, the 30-year veteran, will not be here tonight, but he'll be back tomorrow. Bruce Dreckman, 14-year veteran at first. Quinn Wolcott spells Welke with Dave Rackley at third base. So there's your umpiring crew for this one. Everett Cabrera hitting .414 from the right side of the plate, and that's the best batting average against left-handed pitching in the National League this year. First pitch by Gioza. Strike call. We're underway at 7:07.
Just off the DL with a strained hamstring, and the way the Padres have been playing lately, they need him in the lineup big time.
That one's a little bit outside. Everett Cabrera, good young ball player. 26 years of age. He hit just .246 for the Padres last year in 115 games, but really coming into his own this year. That's a good breaking ball through the side door, and the count's 1-2. He's 1 for 3 career against Gio, and a late swing will stay alive. Padres are 6 games under 500 with a 6-game losing streak. They've been unable to win on the road this year, 15-28. A tough out, Chris Denorfia on deck, and then Carlos Quentin here at the top of the first.
During that 6-game losing streak, they've really struggled offensively, hitting just 180, 34 for 189. They've been outscored 31-7 in this streak. So Bud Black looking for some offense any way, shape, or form. A little energy back in the lineup tonight with Cabrera.
A couple of hot pitchers on the mound tonight. Offense could be tough. Gio has gone at least 6 innings 6 times in a row. He's gone at least 7, 3 of his last 4 starts. And Andrew Kashner for Buddy Black has gone at least 6, 10 consecutive times. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This guy's a tough out. Cabrera from Nicaragua. Padres got him from the Rockies in the Rule 5 draft 4 years ago. Here's pitch number 8 of the game and this at bat. Up and away, 3-2. Gio makes his 139th career start. He's 64-43. Sporting a 3.09 ERA. And Cabrera to short. Ian Desmond. quite a battle for that first out. Desmond, last 4 seasons, right there with Troy Tulowitzki among all Major League shortstops with extra base hits. Chad Tracy seems to have a liking to Padres pitching. Remember that game-winning home run he hit out there in May, and Andrew Kashner averaging 94 with his heater, 6th best in baseball. And as I mentioned, he's hot. At least 6 innings his last 10 starts. Here's Chris Denorfia, 32-year-old veteran who will have a birthday in 10 days. He has really resurrected his career with the Padres. Kind of a battle for years as a Reds prospect with the A's for a while. He's hit .271, .277, and .293 in the last 3 seasons for San Diego. And Gio misses 3-0. Lively bat on deck in Carlos Quentin. Chris Denorfia, 3 for 7 career against Gio. And he'll slap one to left center. Bryce Harper not able to get there. Denard Span will have to cover it up. Denorfia runs well. He'll stop at second. And that drive to the gap breaks a personal 0 for 15 for him.
Well, 12th double of the year for Denorfia. Got into a 3-1 count. Got a fastball right down the middle from Gio. And you're watching Bryce Harper track this, and you thought he had a chance. He went straight across to the baseball, gave it a good effort at the end. And Denard Span hustling over, holding Denorfia to just a double. He was thinking about 3.
And Gio's toughest matchup of the night is the man you're looking at. Carlos Quentin knows him from the American League, played for the White Sox for 4 years. And he is 5 for 11 career against Gio with a home run and 4 RBIs. First base open early in the ball game. And a struggling cleanup man on deck. This will be an interesting at bat for the pitcher and the hitter. Fastball near his sleeve, 2-0.
And Gio kind of talking to himself right now, telling himself to slow down, stay back.
Nice 84 on the breaking ball. Seemed like he hung on his back leg a little longer that time, FP, as if on cue from what you were talking about.
Yeah, and it just turns over the changeup right here at 84 miles an hour. Quentin thinking he's getting a heater, got a 2-0 changeup from Gio. It's a pitch he featured last time against the Mets, and it was good.
Fastball up, another 3-1 count.
Remember early in that game last time, Carp, he had trouble with the fastball command. He started leaning on the changeup, and that got him into his rhythm. And then once he got into that rhythm and had some runs behind him, locked it in.
Yeah, it took him 25 pitches to get through that first inning in New York when Murphy singled and David Wright walked. Quentin was smelling an RBI on 3-1, and Gio had him late in the count, now full. Well, he settled down nicely after that. Only gave up 2 more hits the rest of the way. One of the puzzling batting averages in the league this year, you saw Chase Headley, the .218 that he's hitting. .3-2, and that's well hit down the left field line. Harper in the corner, and Bryce will get there to grab it as he crossed the line into foul territory.
A lot to deal with down that left field corner. The wall being the #1 thing. You see Quentin right here catching that ball out in front, hit it down the line. I think he thought he got him. You saw the bat flip from Quentin, and Bryce Harper racing down into the corner. Knows exactly where he's at. Puts on the brakes before he hits the wall. Nice play.
Yeah. Racing and bracing. Nicely done. 2 outs. And we were wondering when the Padres came to town if some of the injuries the ball club has suffered has really hurt Chase Headley and they're not pitching to him. Well, we were told he's just having a hard time on his own. This guy hit .286 with 115 RBIs last year. Career year. Won the Gold Glove at third and the Silver Slugger and was number 5 in the National League MVP voting.
Yeah, and their 6-game skid, Carpe just 2 for 20.
Still first base open. Chris Denorfia at second. This is still a guy you're going to respect. And Gio goes off speed, misses outside. And a ball hit a long way to left center. Span will watch it bounce. Looked like it hit the back wall. You know, and the umpires took a little while to make that call. It'll be a ground rule double out there. There's 2 walls out there. It bounced over the short wall, hit the back wall. Denard threw his hands up in the air. So the Padres have the lead.
Well, the Denorfia double was on a 3-1 pitch. The Chase Headley double on a 2-0 fastball. So Gio Gonzalez falling behind here early and paying the price. And when you're scuffling as a ball club and you're 2 for your last 20, a lot of times as a hitter, you'll just swing with the count, meaning now maybe you're not seeing the ball as good as you'd like, but you get to a count and you're betting strike. And right there for Chase Headley, got in a 2-0 count. 13th double of the year. Puts the Padres up 1-0.
He's driven in 27. Runners trade places. And that's a strike to Kyle Blanks, the big, strong right fielder, who's listed at 6'6", 264.
And we watched him in San Diego when the club was out there, and he does a nice job of staying inside the baseball, using the whole field. Guy that likes to go the other way against lefties. And the average reflects that. 325 versus left-handers this year.
Yeah, born in Pennsylvania, played high school in New Mexico, junior college ball in Arizona. That's foul. Count stays 0-2. He's been a guy the Padres have been waiting and waiting for the last several years. He hit just .229 2 years ago. Last year, after 4 games, he strained his left shoulder and was out for the season after April 14th. And they've always thought if they could keep this guy healthy, he could do some damage. Another long first inning for Gio here. Pitch number 27 is a breaking ball in the dirt. Braves, by the way, are in Philadelphia tonight to open a series. And that has Cliff Lee on the mound for the Phillies. Marlins gave the Nats some help the last couple of nights. Atlanta's throwing Paul Maholm. He's 9-6. Cliff Lee's 9-2. Target in. That means fastball, and Gio just missed inside.
Like Gio with the body language wanted that call. 1-2 pitch, fastball, looked like it was inside. It was inside by a lot.
Turned one over. 3-2.
Gonzalez talking to himself here in the first.
Second baseman Logan Forsythe waiting. Crowd wants Gio to get this top of the first over with. That'll get it done. Turned it over beautifully. First strikeout of the night. Long inning. Padres able to score just one. go, and they'll be back after the game. Nice view of Nationals Park and a big crowd. Washington lineup brought to you by Mazda. We believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. Wilson Ramos feeling like it's worth it coming back. Unbelievable day yesterday. Raised his batting average from 250 to 288. 15 hits in 15 games this year, 3 of them home runs. And he went from 6 to 11 with the RBI total yesterday. 26-year-old Andrew Cashner started his career with the Cubs. Came over in a deal involving first baseman Anthony Rizzo in 2012. And for the Padres, he's 5-3, 18 games. And tonight will be his 14th start.
8th start on the road.
He is ready. He was ready when Denard Span was still stepping in. First pitch fastball. This guy's always had a good arm and a good fastball. 33 games, 5 starts last year. Span, right side, backhand, Logan Forsythe. First out.
Set the defense for the Padres behind Cashner. Quentin Denorfia blanks the outfield. Cabrera heavily left side, Forsythe, Guzman right side, and Yasmani Grandal behind the plate. And Cashner guy, power pitcher, tops out around 97. He's got a good changeup. That's his best secondary pitch. Got a little late run on his fastball. He'll move his fastball around, but it's easy. A very easy 94 to 97.
.6'6", 219 they list him. From Conroe, Texas. Drafted by 3 different teams before he finally signed. Went to a couple of schools to keep his collegiate career alive, including TCU. Signed by the Braves in 05. Rockies 06. Cubs 07. Didn't sign with any of them. Then the Cubs took him as a first rounder in 08, 19th player overall, and there he went. Ian Desmond is 0 for 1 career against him. And on a 5-game hitting streak is the Nats shortstop, 8 for 19.
The last 6 games, like I said, 364, 8 for 22, 462 on base percentage. You see the last 3 games. That's why Davey Johnson wants him hitting early and often.
Yeah, Davey said today that Ian asked him, is this move to second and Worth on down the lineup? Is this going to be something we'll stay with for a while? And Davey said, I'm not making any commitments. Let's see how it goes. He sure liked what he saw yesterday. And you know Jason Worth enjoys being in a spot where he can drive in runs. Target in. Desmond broken bat, which goes flying past Chase Headley as he makes the play on the grounder.
Well, it's hard enough to field a ground ball with nothing coming at you. Ian Desmond, a little smirk on his face going back to the Nats dugout. But watch this bat. Little 2-seam runner right off the label. Desmond left holding nothing but the handle. But watch the barrel of the bat go flying. Right, Chase Hadley makes the play, stands up straight, got a good arm. Plenty of time to get Desmond.
You know, and that's probably the bat he got 3 hits with yesterday. You guys hate when that happens, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's Harper. Bryce up the middle. To his right, Forsythe on the run. And a 3 ground ball out. 8-pitch first inning for Andrew Cashner. couple of doubles, lead 1-0. Long inning for Gio, 30 pitches. Hopefully the second, presented by Luna, will be quicker for him. Call this weekend. Call tonight for the Luna double. Get your second room of flooring free. 877-241-LUNA. Top of the second, Logan Forsythe, Jesus Guzman, Yasmani Grandal for the Padres. Logan Forsythe, 26-year-old infielder from Memphis. Padres took him in the supplemental draft between rounds back in 2008.
He's hitless in his last 18 at-bats.
Not anymore.
The last time I'm giving a stat about Padres hitters the rest of my life.
Well, I know how superstitious you guys are, and a lot of our viewers. That's why I held off on Denorfia being 0 for 15 until after he doubled. So you're forgiven because you're still way behind me in that department.
I'll wear that one.
Jesus Guzman will be next. 28-year-old infielder, outfielder from Caracas, Venezuela. Padres have come out swinging the bats. 3 for their first 6. And Forsythe has a pretty good lead, and he took a nice secondary lead as well. A lot of change-ups early in the game for Gio.
I think it just slows him down a little bit, keeps him back, especially when he's, or anytime he's having trouble with that fastball command. Goes to that changeup, keeps him on his backside.
Then he follows it up with 93 that looked a lot harder. Nice combo. 1 and 2. Nats have turned 73 double plays this year. Guzman's hit into 3. The runner leaning a bit. Gio gave him a long look. Then he went hooked down and in, 2-2. Breaking ball, and that's a fair ball. Heading for third, Forsythe. Deep in the corner. Runner will be held by Glenn Hoffman. And the Padres have second and third, nobody out. They're 4 for 7, and 3 of them are doubles.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think we got a bogus scouting report on this ball club and how they're swinging the bats. Everybody talk about how they have been struggling on this road trip, how they're having trouble handling the fastballs. And it just simply hasn't been the case here early. Like you said, 3 doubles in the first 7 hitters.
And all shots. All 4 of the hits, hard hit. Yasmani Grandal, the catcher, will be next. Pitchers coming up next. And Gio's got a tough second inning to work out of here. First pitch. Breaking ball, a good one for a strike. This hitter facing Gio for the first time ever. Grandal from Cuba, traded to the Padres from the Reds in the Edinson Volquez Yonder Alonso deal. With another player from Atletos. Kinetic North America to track it.
At 94 miles an hour, trying to pound him in. But he elevates the fastball, and Grandal can't catch up.
Catcher hitting .226 with 9 RBIs. Swing and a foul tip or a miss. It's a miss. Struck him out. Heard that ticking sound, but that was the ball in the dirt. So a good block by Wilson Ramos and a big first out for Gio. Strikeout number 2.
A big strikeout, but You look at the off-speed pitch here from Gio. Grandal way out in front and bounces the curveball. Good block by Ramos to keep Forsythe at third base, but Andrew Cashner can hit. He is not an easy out. He's got good wheels at the plate, and he's a very good athlete. 292 average coming into this one.
Yeah, he's their version of Jordan Zimmerman, swinging the bat and running the bases. Infield in, and a line drive foul, so he goes up hacking.
Make a play. Nice.
Outfield swung around to the opposite side. Jason Worth, as a lot of right fielders will do, plays very shallow on the offside against a pitcher. Cashner 7 for 24, 2 RBIs this year. Target in. Fastball by him, strike 2.
Cashner really choked up on that bat, trying to put the ball in play, standing way up in the batter's box. And Gio Gonzalez just goes challenge 94 by him. Looking for another strikeout.
Upstairs 2-2. Phillies have an early run against Paul Mahalam and lead 1-0. Top of the second there. Everth Cabrera grounded out to Desmond after a long AB is on deck. And he got him looking with a curveball that came right around to the outside corner.
That's no easy out right there. Like we said, he can hit. So he goes fastball 94 for strike 2, then backdoor wiffle ball style curveball. And look at the spin, the grip, the rotation on the 2-strike hammer from Gonzalez. Gets Cashner looking. Big strikeout.
Well, Gio struck out blanks to end the first. 2 Ks against 8 and 9 with second and third here. He'll go off the full windup and take on Everth Cabrera. Staying with that curveball, and he misses low. Fastball away, 94. He had him late.
When you talk about Cabrera coming off the DL with a strained hamstring, 31 stolen bases. We talked to Padres people before the game, although we have gotten a bogus scouting report on how they hit. They said he's probably not going to be running a whole lot if he gets on. So that means
means he's going to go crazy.
Yeah.
So Mark Grant, former Major League pitcher.
You threw him on the bus. I was going to say nothing.
Mark's a great guy, a funny guy. His reputation's on the line here in the early innings.
He's the best. Just not the scouting report.
Well, he wasn't lying about their struggles. They were shut down by the Marlins as part of this streak. And the 1-2 pitch. Just got a piece of it, did Cabrera.
Boy, that's a definition of an emergency hack right there by Cabrera to keep the at-bat alive.
Firestone with our extra mile index. Major league leaders Jacoby Ellsbury leads Cabrera, who's been out since June 17th. So that's our Firestone complete auto care extra mile index. And Gene Segura just left town with 26. That looked like a swing. Ramos tags him, and Gio strikes out the side to end the inning. Well, the Mets found out if you don't get him early, you've got a problem. The Padres do have a run early, but they might have had more. Northern Virginia, Papa John's. So Ryan Zimmerman had that home run against Andrew Kashner back in San Diego on Sunday, May 19th. A 2-run shot that he pulled in the 4th inning. RBI single later against the Padre bullpen. He hits that one hard to left field. So Zimmerman now 2 for 5 career against this hard-throwing right-hander.
Yeah, hard throwing, I'll say 95 miles an hour. Zimmerman just catching one out front, riding into left field. One hop single on the elevated 2-seam fastball from Kashner, and there goes the no-hitter. One hopper into left, leadoff man aboard here in the second for the Nats.
That'll bring in Adam LaRoche. Coming off a 2 for 14 series against the Padres, but he was on base the Brewers, but he was on base 5 times. Adams still hitting .309 over his last 56 ball games. 1 for 5 career against Kashner. That ball was hanging for him a bit, but he flies it right at Kyle Blanks. 1 out. Next up, Jason Worth.
Jason Worth yesterday hitting 6th. Had a nice day. Line drive single back up the middle. That scored Bryce Harper some high fives from his first base coach Tony Tarasco. And then another knock up the middle and the patented bat toss. Watch this one. And then a nice job of 2 strikes, reaching out and putting the ball in play. Good battle and a big day yesterday for Jason Worth.
Yeah, 3 singles and RBI, 2 runs, walked, stole a base, played a nice right field as he always does. And Worth now hitting .344 over the last 3 weeks.
You know, I'm not a big stat guy, but I saw this today before the game. The Nats are hitting .261 at home, .216 on the road. That's the largest differential in the major leagues.
Yeah, and that includes an explosion Sunday at New York. So it was probably about .212 before that, maybe .210. So Worth's at .276 overall. So was Zimmerman before that last at bat. Jason had a good rip on a fastball inner half. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Nats, after splitting with Milwaukee at home, 24-18. Anthony Rendon waiting. Two and 2. 27 games off the disabled list, just under 300. On base percentage good. Worth got jammed. That ball, right field, has a chance, but it's about 5 feet foul. Don't forget about the food drive tomorrow and Sunday here at Nationals Park. Harris Teeter sponsors it. Donations accepted outside the center field gate through the 4th inning tomorrow and Sunday. Bring 3 or more items, receive 2 free Nats tickets. Bring a Harris Teeter label item and receive $5 in Nats bucks. Some restrictions apply. .405 tomorrow, 1:35 Sunday.
Thank you.
Outside, Worth an offer, held the bat back. And the count goes 3-2 to one of the most patient hitters in all of baseball. Phillies putting a hurt on the Braves early. It's now 3-0 in Philadelphia. Humberto Quintero has hit his 2nd home run of the year. Runner going. Off to the right side. Davy Johnson starting Ryan Zimmerman with 1 out. Get some offense going. The manager can sure get aggressive. and creative. Opposing base runners this year are 10 for 13 against the Padres when Andrew Cashner's pitching. Zimmerman moving. Worth another line drive. This one foul. Look out.
Ryan getting a little workout in here in the second. That was a little extra. That wasn't just stealing second and a foul ball. That had a chance of dropping in his mind. So he rounded second almost all the way to third. Regroup. Take a deep breath. Probably do it all over again right here.
There he goes. Worth, foul to the pull side. It might be time for one of those patented Ryan Zimmerman facial expressions.
Or some oxygen.
It is warm at the yard tonight. Holding. Oh, he knew Worth was going to foul it.
Yeah,
nice call, Ryan.
He didn't want to waste one right there. Well, he started to go, stopped, then started to go again. And it proved valuable as he didn't waste a bullet on that steal attempt. And we'll do it all over again. Catch your breath, get your lead, go.
Running. There you go. And Zimmerman, because he's on the move, into third base. Jason Worth, another base hit to the left side.
11-pitch single for Jason Worth, and that is putting an at-bat on someone. All the foul balls. Looks like he got a 3-2 split changeup from Cashner. You saw the rotation. Ryan Zimmerman on about the fourth pitch in a row that he's run on, because of the fact that he started, is able to advance all the way to third base on a hard hit ball right in front of him. Jason Worth acknowledging the hustle of Ryan Zimmerman.
Here's Anthony Rendon in a big spot. Hasn't faced Cashner. Wasn't with the Nats when they went to the West Coast, LA, then San Diego, then San Fran. And Anthony, over the last 8 games, a bit of a struggle, but he continues to take good swings and makes good contact. 5 for his last 31, and that'll happen. Wants to tie this game right here and make the Padres regret some of the runners they've left on base here early. Likes it here as a rookie. 2 balls outside.
You're watching video of Cashner earlier before the game. He's a guy that likes to shave corners, pitch to a location. But he's got a big fastball. 95-97 lets you get away with a few mistakes. And Bud Black, a former pitcher, knows all about guys with velocity that don't really have to hit a corner always.
Ball 3. Should we resurrect our lyrics from last year and say, big man waiting, hoping to do some damage in this town tonight?
There's a buffalo on deck.
Wilson Ramos, 1 out here in the second, and a 3-0 to Rendon. High riding fastball right in there. Rendon, 40 hits, first 34 big league games. 9 RBIs. He'll take the walk, and the bases are loaded. And you should hear quite a greeting for Wilson Ramos from this big crowd. Well, breaking the momentum a little bit. A visit to the mound by Darren Balsley, the Padres pitching coach.
And check out little Wilson Ramos yesterday, fresh off the DL. Packed house, 4th of July, bases loaded. Single up the middle, that scored a couple. So he had 2 RBIs going into his last at-bat, 2 for 3, make it 3 for 4, a home run, and 5 RBIs. Put his ball club up, a couple high fives, maybe a little Buffalo sign here. There it is. Big day for Wilson Ramos. You mess with the Buffalo, you get the horns.
Man. 0 for 1 career against Cashner. Wow. Grand slam rip on the first one. Straight back and went. Cashner off the windup with the bases loaded. Paints with a good fastball. 0-2.
And a couple of reach backs there from Cashner to start this at bat. 96, then 97 on the black. Ramos hit that home run on an off-speed pitch yesterday, and you have a feeling that trip right there for the Padres was, hey, let's get beat with our best pitch. And who knows if he goes to the off-speed now in a 2-strike count, but 3+ fastballs to start this AB to Wilson.
'97.
Four pitches, 4 fastballs.
Breaking ball, Ramos, left side, base hit. Here comes Worth behind Zimmerman. He's done it again. The Nats lead 2-1. 7 RBIs in 2 games.
7 RBIs in 5 at-bats.
And really, the last 3 in a row.
Let's go the pitch sequence to Wilson Ramos. Got 4 fastballs in a row, all mid to upper 90s. You see paint right there, 97 on the black. Tries to do it again, he fouls it off, elevates to an off-speed pitch, and Ramos just taps it in the hole, perfectly placed ground ball. Stay hot Wilson Ramos, 2 RBIs, puts the Nats on the board and gives them a lead 2-1.
Here comes Gio, squares the bunt, trying to move both runners up, and he took a lunge at a pitch outside. So 3 at-bats in a row, 2, 3, and 2 RBIs. Ryan Zimmerman's hard work on the bases pays off. He gets to come home and tile off. Worth right behind him. Not to be forgotten, the 11-pitch base hit at bat by Worth in this inning. The rookie Rendon working a walk. Oh, right at Gio. And that was an off-speed pitch. The bases are loaded. Then Gio looked at Cashner and said, hey, I know you weren't trying to do that.
That could have been a strike. Did Gio pull the bat back? Because
that's why Bud Black's coming out.
If you don't pull the bat back and get hit right in the chest, it's still a strike, a painful strike. But I think that's what Bud Black is asking Mike Everett. Did he pull the bat back?
And how do you do that when a pitch is coming right at you? He's pulling it back.
Yeah, there's no attempt to bunt that baseball. That's just a look out, and that's not the way you get out of that way of that pitch. You're supposed to turn your back, but when you're in a bunt stance, you're so vulnerable to that exact pitch. And I think we talked about, even though it was off speed, we talked about the other day how pitchers like to go up and in to other pitchers that are in a bunt stance because it's the hardest pitch to bunt.
And Gio actually took one of his hands off the bat. Here's Denard Span. 1 out, bases loaded, and Span goes left field with a slice. Denard pulled the ball. Second baseman first time up. So now in the inning, 3 hits, a walk, a hit batter.
A big hit batter too, because you're giving the Padres an out with a sacrifice bunt, meaning you'll take second and third, 2 outs. And all of a sudden it turns into bases loaded once again. Just 1 out.
Span, good take on an off-speed pitch, and the count's 1-1. Outfield has him played around to the left. A lot of room in right center. And Span goes down the right field line. Rendon scores. Here comes Ramos. Gio to third. The Nats lead 4-1.
You know, Ryan Zimmerman had a good at-bat to start this thing up, but I'm giving this inning to Jason Worth and his 11-pitch at-bat. Made Cashner work, and you see the fruits of Jason Worth's labor right here. Denard Span taking advantage. He's thinking about 3 right here. Watch him take a big turn at second. Looks up, says, oh, Gio's not scoring. I got to get back. But to me, this whole inning is on Jason Worth, putting a quality at-bat on Andrew Cashner, maybe fatiguing him a little bit, so that the guys behind him can take advantage. Walk to Rendon, a single to Ramos, hit Gio Gonzalez, and then a double to Span, all after Jason Worth's 11-pitch at-bat.
And Denard Span is 18th double of the year. RBI's number 21-22. Still only 1 out. And Ian Desmond is the 8th Nat to bat here in the second. Thought he was getting a fastball. Counts even, 1-1. Last 11 games, 5.2 per game. Hitting 46 points higher than the previous 74.
I mean, this team only has to average, well, let's say 4 runs a game the rest of the year on average, and they will win their share of games, and it's going to be interesting. We talked about the lineup being back together. You're seeing it again here today. Something that Davey Johnson and Randy Norris saw the whole second half of last year. His guys picking each other up, keeping the line moving, and each hitter protecting the one in front of them.
Desmond got a fastball late for it, 97, and the count's 2-2. And Andrew Cashner, thanks in large part to Jason Worth, who's had 1/3 of the pitches in this inning to him, has thrown 33. Gio smiling a lot of support. 4 runs on 4 hits. Desmond fights one off.
I mean, who smiles when they get hit in the chest by a pitch? Gio.
Who smiles when he's thrown 50 pitches in 2 innings? Gio.
Just got worked right in the chest with a pitch, and he's on third. Having a good time, having a chat with Chase Headley. Probably making fun of himself for not getting out of the way on that bunt attempt.
Two target away. Ooh. Cashner with 84 missed his spot, and it was up over the plate. Too high for Ian Desmond to get over the top of it. And look at this inning Cashner's having after 8 pitches, 7 strikes in the first. Easy take, and the count's full for Ian Desmond. Bryce Harper would be the 9th National to bat here in the second. Desmond, a little chopper, right side goes foul. Not to be forgotten here, a little ground ball or a fly ball to the outfield tacks on another run here with only one out in the inning. I mean, Desmond looked like a number 2 hitter right there, making some contact to stay alive. Something bugging him, blinking, trying to get some water in that left eye. Tim Stauffer, who has started in his career, warming up early. 3-2 to Desmond. Outside, bases loaded again. Ian Desmond walks for the 20th time of the year. So here we are in the bottom of the second inning. 8 o'clock arrives at Nationals Park, and for his second at bat, so does Bryce Harper. Nats on top, 4-1, and trying to make this a huge frame. Pulled the ball first time, grounded out to second. He's 0 for 2 career against Andrew Kashner, who's about to throw his 40th pitch of this inning. And he misses.
Good idea, the first pitch changeup. Now he's got to come to you.
Swing a foul tip. Last year on May 14th, Bryce Harper hit his first major league homer off the man who's warming up in the bullpen. A third inning solo to the center field against Tim Stauffer. Target away. Harper, a great take to get the count in his favor.
Boy, seeing that changeup early from Kashner. This one was never really a strike, so maybe an easier take than if it teased the strike zone. Started away, had the inside out rotation, broke off the plate.
Harper in the air to center. It'll move to Norfia back. Tagging is Gio Gonzalez. In fact, all 3 runners are tagging. A very productive out. The Nats lead 5-1.
That was just a good at-bat right there from Bryce. Maybe the best at-bat he's had since he's been back. Yeah, he had a home run his first at-bat, but hasn't had a hit since. Hit a couple of balls hard against the Brewers, but I bet you if you run down there and ask him right now, he's frustrated that this ball wasn't in the seats. Good at-bat, sac fly. Heads up base runner by Ian Desmond at first base to get into scoring position for Ryan Zimmerman, who started this whole thing up with a single.
So the Nats bat around here in the bottom of the second. Zimmerman pulled a base hit to left field to start this inning a long time ago. Off speed, counts even 1-1. Who would have thought that Gio with 30 pitches in the first inning and Kashner with 8, that Kashner would be throwing more than Gio by the end of the second inning. Zimmerman to right, hits it well, but right there is Kyle Blanks. Great inning for the Nats. 4 hits, 2 walks, a hit batter. RBIs from Ramos, Span, and Harper. And after 2, the Nats by 4. Now he needs to grab hold of this game with a nice lead. AFCEA, the Association for Global Security Professionals. Julie has our sideline report. Good evening.
Hey guys, well, a little funny story for you here. About a week ago, Bryce received a couple of new bats. They were labeled the Manhattan Project, and I saw him in the clubhouse before the game about a week ago, and I said, oh, the Manhattan Project, do you know what that means in history? And he had never heard of it before, and I explained to him that the Manhattan Project was actually the code name for the A-bomb that Oppenheimer produced. And he said, well, you know what? It's going to be my A-bomb. Well, the bat he just used for that hit, just that last inning, that was the one. That was the Manhattan Project. Talk about a bomb.
Yeah. Too bad it stayed in the ballpark, but it sure was a productive out. First atomic bombs produced during World War II. Interesting thing to put on a bat. Here's Chris Denorfia, who doubled with one out in the first and then scored the Padres' only run. Gio gets a strike, and the count all even here in the top of the third already. He goes off speed again and misses. 30 pitches first inning, 20 in the second. And Gio, as I mentioned earlier, he's gone at least six times in a row. It's a good pitch. And he's gone at least 7, 3 of his last 4 starts. Carlos Quentin and then Chase Headley, top of the third for San Diego. Denorfia 2 for 2. And that's San Diego's 5th base hit out of their first 11 batters. Midseason flex pack still going on. Pick 3 games, get a free New Era ball cap. Nationals.com/flex to check it out. And some restrictions apply. That's while supplies last. .92, first pitch, Quentin hacking. He flied into the left field corner foul, caught by a running Bryce Harper, first time up. Denorfia 7 for 7 stealing this year, but the Padres are down by 4. They are the best running club in the league with 71 stolen bases. They in fact lead all of Major League Baseball in that department. Boston 66 with Jacoby Ellsbury leading the way. We showed you his name on a graphic earlier with Everth Cabrera and other speedsters. Breaking ball, Desmond. They'll have to hurry. Rendon, yes, on a 6-4-3. Anthony Rendon did a great job of getting away from the runner, clearing himself, as you always say.
Did a nice job. I didn't think this was a double play ball at all. I thought Ian Desmond was just going to get the force out at second, but Anthony Rendon backing away, using the bag as protection, and falling away from the play. Gets something on the throw. And enough to double up Carlos Quentin. 6-4-3 double play. Barely gets Quentin at first base. Bruce Streckman right on top of it with the correct call.
I was about to say, Gio needed to get some quicker outs than those strikeouts, and that was pretty good there.
Yeah, just getting out of the way, using the bag as protection. I'll tell you what, I've been through this before. You lose 6 games in a row. The team you're playing throws up a 5-run second inning. You're down by 4. You hit into a double play. That Padres dugout right now probably pretty quiet. You start to get the here we go again mentality, and that's how losing streaks stay losing streaks. Not that they're going to give up by any means. We've seen them fight when we were in San Diego, but when you've had a scuffle like they've had and you're down early, be real quiet in your dugout.
That ball is smashed to left field, and Chase Headley makes it a 5-2 game. And how big does the double play look now? Headley with a double and a home run already tonight. That's his 7th of the year. Padres have 2 hits for the 3rd consecutive inning.
All the damage to Gio today has been because he's been behind in the count. Last time up, Headley hit a 2-0 fastball for a double. And this time Headley hits a 2-1 fastball for a home run, his 7th.
There's Kyle Blanks. He thought he'd get a first pitch heater, and he did. Nice. 93 with wicked down and away movement. Nissan will track it.
A good 2-seamer from Gonzalez. If you didn't see the speed in the corner, based on the swing and the movement, you'd think it was a changeup.
Got him. 80 in the dirt. So the Padres get a run. The Nats turn a very important double play. And after 2.5, it's a 5-2 game. He might be here a while. A lot of slugging in this one. And a reminder as you enjoy a cold one to look forward to Miller Time later tonight during the ball game, brought to you by Miller Lite.
Great Friday night at the Yard. We always talk about the Friday night home games and how the atmosphere in here changes.
Big crowd tonight at 38,000 plus. Yesterday looks about the same or more.
Yeah, it's always good, but for some reason people just happy that the work week is done to be at a ball game, and the buzz on a Friday night has just been spectacular all season long.
1 ball, 1 strike. Red loft, red porch hopping tonight out in left center. And LaRoche will look at another off-speed pitch in there. 1-2 from Andrew Kashner. 53 pitches, 35 strikes in 2 innings. And that was a 45-pitch second inning for him. Meanwhile, the Phillies have scored again against Paul Maholm. Ryan Howard has hit his 11th. And in the 4th inning, the Phils lead the Braves 4-0. Good take by LaRoche. Dave Rackley says no swing. with the big shift on. Left side. Jason Worth has hits in his last 4 official at-bats. And there's another walk by Cashner. He's now walked 3 batters and hit Gio Gonzalez, who was trying to bunt. This moment in history brought to you by Volkswagen. The sign then drive event going on right now, where you can drive away for practically just your signature. Well, maybe the best offensive player and defensive outfielder in the history of the Expos. Andre Dawson's number retired. 11 seasons in Quebec. And you think he's right there with Pedro Martinez as the top 2 guys ever on that ball club, huh?
Yeah, him and Andy Stankiewicz probably.
What about Boots Day?
I'd say Pedro.
Coco the boy.
I would say Pedro and Hawk.
Yeah.
Gary Carter, of course.
Sure. Tim Raines was great.
Kid, we miss you. Big time.
And, of course, no Expos conversation can take place without John Bacabella.
Well, don't forget Terry Francona.
Sure.
Might have to throw Tim Raines in there, too, by the way.
Yeah.
Did you throw him in? I missed it?
I did.
My fault.
That's okay.
There he is, Tim Raines. Nope, that's not him.
Tim Raines not that big of a guy, but he could break most of us in half.
The Rock.
Yeah. Worth off the glove of Cabrera. I mean, he's just stinging the ball all over the place. And now for Jason Worth. And that's got to be a hit, right?
Yeah.
That would be 5 consecutive hits with a walk.
Check it out, Real Speed. You decide, hitter and error. You make the call at home. What do you got?
H. And that is it. Andrew Cashner. He has taken his ball cap off and glaring a bit as Buddy Black comes out. His manager's taking him out. 2 batters into the 3rd inning. Or is he?
Well, he hasn't signaled to the bullpen yet.
Unusual when the pitching coach comes out for the first visit of an inning, and that's it. 2+, 3 walks, a hit batter, and the Nats, a lot of hits already, 5 of them. This call to the bullpen, packaged by the UPS store. We love logistics.
Advanced TV Plus. 5-2 Nats. Currently still in the bottom of the 3rd. Denard Span, 2-run double. Wilson Ramos, a 2-run single. So 5 RBI yesterday for Wilson. Fresh off the DL. First at bat today, in case you missed it. Ground ball in the hole. That scored 2 more. So 5 at-bats for Wilson Ramos. 7 RBI. And the Buffalo coming up big time. Tatanka.
And by the way, as if this would be a surprise to anybody, 7 RBIs in back-to-back games. No Nat until Ramos has done that this year. Shortest start of the year for Tim Stauffer, or pardon me, for Andrew Kashner, as Tim Stauffer takes over here in the third. 2+ innings, 5 hits, 3 walks, a hit batter. Anthony Rendon takes a running fastball in there.
And Stauffer, 4-pitch guy, fastball, cutter. Occasional curve, likes to change up at 20% of the time. Fastball in the low 90s.
Rendon, a little tapper right off the end of the bat. Tim Stauffer, 30-year-old right-hander, who coming into the season had made 70 big league starts. He was just called back actually from the minor leagues when the Nats were in San Diego in May. So he can go some innings for them if they need him. But that's if he can put a stop to this Washington offense. And by the way, as we thought it should be, they did give Jason Worth a hit on that hard hit ball to short. So hits in 5 consecutive official at bats. Rendon walked and scored first time, facing Stauffer for the first time. Inside, 2-2. Target away. Takes the fastball that misses. 94. And the Nats are 1 pitch away from having the bases loaded again.
Such a good approach. Borderline pitch right there. Spit on it to get to a 3-2 count. Look how relaxed he is just standing there. Let's talk about how the game moves slow for Anthony Rendon, how the biggest challenge for a young player at the highest level is to get to that point where you can slow the game down. Yeah, look, he's really stressing out right now on this 3-2 pitch about to come.
Yeah, nothing worse than a terrified rookie with 2 men on base.
And the reason I talk about that so much is the game was never like that. It's hard to slow down. You talk to guys who played 10 years, you slow it down to a certain point. But for a rookie in his first go around the league, to be this polished and this relaxed, kind of blows your mind if you've done it.
Up the middle, double play ball if Forsythe turns it. But Rendon, he would have beaten it anyway, even if the throw hadn't pulled Guzman straight up in the air. So Anthony Rendon covering serious ground down that line. So it's first and third, 1 out.
And wouldn't you know, it would set Wilson Ramos up for another RBI situation. You see the throw from Forsythe high. But like you said, Carp, I think he beats this out. He got the off speed from Stauffer in a 3-2 count, beat it into the ground. And now it's first and third, 1 out for Wilson Ramos, who has yet another chance for an RBI.
Second base open. Seven RBIs in his last 3 at bats. He is 0 for 3 career against Tim Stauffer. Batting .800 since he came off And of course, that's for him 4 hits in a row. Worth has 5 because Ramos struck out in his first at bat yesterday against Donovan Hand of Milwaukee.
Gio talking to the first 3 rows as he focuses for his at bat.
Base hit right field. Ramos. Unbelievable. 8 RBIs since 11 o'clock yesterday morning.
He is ready. Call him up.
And the Nats lead 6-2. Little opposite field shot.
I mean, we talk about shot in the arm for the offense. Just that easy right now for Wilson Ramos. Fastball away, uses the hole created by the hustle of Anthony Rendon. Plates Adam LaRoche. A little Buffalo for you maybe on that one? Yeah. Tatanka.
Oh, if it's not a shark, it's a buffalo.
Oh, we got the zoo covered here in D.C.
That is too much.
Sharks, buffaloes, Geos.
Looking to bunt again. He'll deaden it, but there's a play at third. Might be a play at first. Headley almost came up throwing. And that'll be 1-5 on the bunt fielder's choice. Game 2 of this series, 4:05 tomorrow. Jordan Zimmerman and former Nat Jason Marquis, who's 9-4. Steven Strasburg and Robbie Erlin, the lefty, on Sunday. Then we will say so long until after the All-Star break. That's 3 of the 4 at Philly in a series that will continue through Thursday. Then the Nats will go on to Miami, but here's your next 5.
Well, the Nats did it in 3 frames yesterday against the Brewers, and they've done it here again today, and that's answer a run scored in the top half.
Bernard Span, 3rd inning, batting for the 3rd time, pulled a 2-run double down the right field line last time, and they continue to play him 100 feet off the line at right. It's a good fastball by Stauffer. Bernard Span against this pitcher, 0 for 1 career. Another economic day. 8 runs, 11 hits yesterday. 6 runs, 6 hits tonight. And Denard swinging with authority these days. He had hit safely in 9 of his last 10 games. And then Milwaukee pitching over the last 3 games of that series put an end to that. He went 0 for 10. So 0 for 11 before he busted out with that 2-run double. But he is swinging well. Loves it here. 3:03 Nationals Park. Quick bat. Off speed, blocked by Yasmani Grandal. Stauffer steps off. Span steps out. 2 more hits, a walk in this inning. Ramos and Gio. And Span got a piece of that off-speed pitch that was diving away from him. Andrew Kashner 65 pitches, 42 strikes after he threw 8 pitches in the first inning. And Stauffer uncertain again, steps off. Way inside. Really slowing down his work rate with men on base here. Ian Desmond 0 for 1 with a walk tonight.
Kind of a broad brush, but it's funny how you see teams that are struggling come into Nats Park. Their pitchers work very slow. Teams that are playing well, it seems like the pitchers have a better work rate, getting it and throwing it.
2-2 here. And that's a changeup that froze Denard Span. Nats pick up another run on a Wilson Ramos, who else, RBI. Our Navy Federal Credit Union troop recognition. 4 million members, 4 million stories. Navy Federal Credit Union. And as well with our wounded warriors, their families, the little kids whose daddies and moms are defending our country around the world, and we salute all of them, and the crowd is on its feet.
Very cool.
And we're glad that new dad can be with his little one. So on to the 4th inning. The Nats on top, 6-2. It's a touching moment every night at the ballpark that we never get tired of. Your mission, our commitment. Visit agilitycorp.com. Among left-handed pitchers since the start of the 2010 season, going back to a couple of years in Oakland, Gio right there in some very important stats. Most important ones on top. This guy's with a minimum of 400 innings.
Just a guess, but maybe that guy in Los Angeles, the only one that's ahead of him?
Kershaw?
Yeah.
Might see him after the break. Might be seeing him the first game after the break. The Nats will come home and play the Dodgers 3 and the Pirates 4. Pirates won again today. They're 21 games over 500.
I'll tell you what, I am fired up to see Puig play. I am really looking forward to that. You can have 2 guys in the same series that play as hard as anybody in baseball, and Bryce Harper and Yasiel Puig.
Yep.
Should be fun.
1 ball, 1 strike to Logan Forsythe, who singled the first time. Great changeup. Gio really pulling the string there. Now he has 9 outs tonight. 5 of them are strikeouts. A double play ball. I'm sure he'd love to pitch to a little bit of ground ball or fly ball contact for some easy outs here. There's one to Desmond. Ian scoops it up one-handed. Smoothly comes up firing.
I think Desmond thought that this might have been hit a little bit harder initially, and he was ready to go to the backhand, but because the ball slowed down a little bit, he got in front of it and fielded it with the forehand. You see that? He was setting up for the backhand. Ball not hit as hard as he expected, got in front of it, and once again a perfect throw right on the money to Adam LaRoche.
Ian Desmond inventing moves as the season goes on. That was smooth.
Well, sometimes on defense you get fooled by the speed of the baseball.
Nobody can get that one. That's Jesus Guzman, and he's 2 for 2. Double, second inning, single here. So Gio still hasn't been able to get a 1-2-3 inning, but he does have a double play ball tonight. And the number 8 hitter, Yasmani Grandal, the catcher, will step in. Grandal moved to the USA at the age of 10. Went to Miami Springs High School, was the city player of the year in that baseball-rich town.
And he went to the U.
He did. He was all ACC, All-American, and a finalist for the Best Player Award, the Golden Spikes, and the Best Catcher Award, the Johnny Bench.
Well, duh. He went to the U.
Straight A student, I'm sure.
Easy.
2 balls, no. I'm trying to compliment your alma mater here.
Backhanded.
Tim Stauffer is on deck. Padres may need him to operate for a while. 93 just missing. Another long count for Gio. It's just been kind of a puzzling night for him.
And pitch number 74 coming. Throwing more off speed. And you remember his last outing, 71% strikes against the Mets. He was filling up the strike zone. It's the highest percentage he had all season long. I think it's safe to say that's not the case here tonight.
Just walked the number 8 hitter. That is his first walk of the night, but as we have both mentioned, numerous long counts. Tim Stauffer will be the hitter. Top of the 4th inning. Stauffer with the bat this year, 0 for 5 in his career, 20 hits, 12 RBIs. Deadens it. Zimmerman got to the bag. Wilson Ramos hit Ryan on kind of a football pattern, heading right down the line. And Zimmerman able to get back for the force.
Boy, you look at Dave Rackley at third base. He was thinking about this call. So just a little checkup right there. If you tag Stauffer, you got a double play maybe. But then you'd have to tag the runner at third base. But right there, he's in front of you, but he chose to go to third. I think that surprised Ryan Zimmerman. Watch Rackley look at it. Yeah, you got him. But Stauffer was right there for the picket in front of Wilson. He had his eyes set on third base.
2 outs. Best news for Gio, a quick out. Top of the order now, Everth Cabrera.
It's so easy to say on the replay when you see it in slow motion, tag Stauffer, but he's right there. He almost ran into him. But like I said, he wanted that force out. And Ryan saying nice throw, attaboy. But that was scary.
So a couple of creative moves by the left side of the infield tonight. Desmond earlier, Zimmerman here.
I mean, the body language from Ryan Zimmerman on this homestand alone has been absolutely priceless.
Yeah.
From Bryce Harper's home run in the on-deck circle.
That was the best.
The Ramos Buffalo we just saw in the dugout. The look right there to Wilson after the throw. I think more than any player in baseball, if you know Ryan Zimmerman, he says more without saying anything than a lot of guys do that talk a lot.
Outside, 3-1. And Gio right now about to throw his 80th pitch. He's going to have to fight to make it through 6.
And don't forget, 119 pitches last time out, so
true.
Maybe feeling the effects of that a little bit here tonight.
Yeah, we talked about the fact that he threw almost 30 in the first inning of that game. Anthony Rendon fires it to LaRoche. And the top of the 4th is over. A base hit and a walk. Gio is good at containment tonight. From nowhere, and this is a race that'll test your play-by-play skills. William Howard Taft, big build down.
I'm just watching the reaction of the bullpen guys.
Thomas Jefferson, he clocks Teddy. Is Abe heading out to wait some tables or what?
That's taunting. 15 yards.
Wow.
That'll be assessed on a kickoff.
Well, we expected something wild and wacky to happen after yesterday's traditional race when they simply passed the flag from one president to the other. So here we go, bottom of the 4th inning. Tim Stauffer for San Diego. He came on to get 3 outs. Ramos did get him for an RBI single. Desmond, Harper, and Zimmerman now, bottom of the 4th inning. Ian Desmond is 2 for 4 career against Stauffer with 3 walks. 0 for 1 with a base on balls tonight. Guides it right field corner. It'll be another extra base hit for Ian Desmond, his 40th of the year. He's in the top 4 in the league in that department. He's in the top 8 in doubles, 23 right now.
The average is heading north toward 300 in a hurry for Ian Desmond.
This sure seems to be his time of the year, doesn't it? Remember last year?
Right around the All-Star break, he was absolutely locked in. Couldn't go to the All-Star game after he was selected because of the oblique issue. And this year, it would seem that he's going to be heading to New York during the break.
Bryce Harper, 0 for 1, sac fly. Right back to the pitcher. And easy for Stauffer to hold the runner and throw out Bryce. That's live free post-game concert series. It's tomorrow now. 4:05 is the game against the Padres. Thompson Square after the game. Free concert. As long as you have a valid game ticket for July 6th. Some of the tickets start at just $10. Ryan Zimmerman. Base hit to left, hard line drive to right. He was the first and last batter in that 5-run second. On fire on this homestand.
Better keep an eye on Desmond at second.
Forsythe is. Second baseman hanging close. Maybe a tap of the glove here and there to let Ian know he's nearby. Desmond's got the running game going lately too. He has 3 steals on this homestand, 10 on the year.
That's when your third base coach to me becomes the most important, to let you know where guys are that you can't see if you're a base stealer.
Nasty breaking ball. Zimmerman couldn't extend enough to get it.
And if you've ever played in front of 40,000 people, it is hard to hear your third base coach all the way at second base. You have to be super verbal, super vocal, and they'll let you know back, are you okay? Easy, meaning he's close by. Constant communication with the base runner. And Trent Jewett directing traffic down there at third.
That's a man who has seen a lot of baseball, and we love to see him windmilling that arm.
I mean, doesn't he just look like he needs a lunch pail in one of his hands? Hard hat, lunch pail guy right there. Blue collar as they come.
Huge addition to this organization after his years in Pittsburgh.
Going to be a great big league manager someday soon.
Two balls and 2 strikes to Ryan Zimmerman, who has 44 RBIs, 8 in his last 8 games. Way outside, 3-2. It's a 3-ball count Friday night at Nationals Park.
Where else would you rather be? Friday night? Baseball.
Adam LaRoche waiting.
Day after the 4th of July. Probably not feeling as great as you did before yesterday.
You speaking for all of us?
I'm just speaking in general.
Okay. Nats have been given their 4th walk of the night. PNC Bank for the achiever in you, and we check in on Taylor Hill. Great ERA, stopping opposing hitters. He's 6-2 with Potomac. Taylor Hill is from Vanderbilt, born in Nashville, 6th rounder, 2011. It's only his 3rd professional season, and he has the best control among Nationals minor league pitching prospects, according to Baseball America. 2 on, 1 out, Adam LaRoche. They can't put as dramatic a shift on now because of the runner at second base. Way inside, counts even.
Boy, if you watched Chase Headley at third base, he's playing LaRoche to pull, but after the pitch crosses home plate, he is making a beeline for third base just in case Ian Desmond is stealing. So that's a long way to go for a third baseman to cover on a steal, but his first move has to be toward the bag once the pitch is in the zone.
2-1. I know it's hard for some of you to root for the Phillies, but they've just scored again in the bottom of the 6th, and they lead Atlanta 5-0. That game's in the top of the 7th now. LaRoche takes a fastball away. 3-1. The Nats went 1-2-3 in the first inning on 8 pitches. Since then, the bases have been occupied most of the evening. And that man's been in the middle of everything with 2 hits. Three and 2 now with 1 out. Ryan Zimmerman behind Ian Desmond. Adam LaRoche, and that's a base hit. That's another run. Desmond coming around. Zimmerman to third. Adam LaRoche, number 39. The Nats lead 7-2.
Offense is cool. And the fans appreciate it here at Nats Park once again tonight. The line is moving. Adam LaRoche doing a nice job of digging out that off-speed pitch. Look at him go down to get that, staying through the baseball, somehow finding a hole in the shift. Good read by Ryan Zimmerman. Knowing that Denorfia had to go to his left to advance all the way to third, and there should be smiles in the first base dugout everywhere because the Nats are swinging the bats.
Adam LaRoche is now 7 for 16 career against Tim Stauffer. Jason Worth is 4 for 14 as he steps in. Outside ball one. 7 runs on 8 hits. Padres 2 runs on 7 hits. Really good changeup. And Jason Worth well out ahead. Kinetic North America to track it.
Yeah, 81 miles an hour, betting on a 1-0 fastball right here. Got the changeup.
.75 on the curveball, way outside, 2-1.
Boy, you hold on here tonight, and things stay like they are in Philadelphia. It's down to 5, and objects in the rearview mirror are closer than they appear.
Yes, sir. Little chopper left side. No way they can turn 2. That's another run. So Worth makes an out for the first time in a while, but he drives in his 28th run, and the Nationals lead 8-2. The outs are productive tonight.
Yeah, just fundamentally sound baseball. Productive at-bats all the way through the order.
And with 2 outs, Anthony Rendon. So now it's 8 runs on those 8 hits. Rendon, a walk, a run scored, a fielder's choice. Fourth inning, and 7 of the 9 hitters have batted 3 times with Anthony stepping in. Rendon got jammed. Pops it up second base side. Logan Forsythe. But the Nats put 2 more runs on the board. LaRoche and Worth with RBIs. Washington by 6. by DentaQuest, who reminds you to smile. It's Friday. Affordable coverage for priceless smiles. Ask your broker about DentaQuest. So on to the fifth inning here on a beautiful night in our nation's capital. How about that line score? 880 Nats, 270 Padres. Firestone complete auto care extra mile index and pitchers with the lowest opponent's batting average since 2012. Well, Matt Harvey's is kind of going up. Nats got him. And then he was victimized again his most recent start. Kershaw, a long record of success with Gio. And then Yu Darvish and Travis Wood. The guys toughest to get hits against. Kristen Orfia, no problem tonight. He's 2 for 2 in his career. Now 5 out of 9 against Gio Gonzalez, who starts him out 91 away. Fifth inning is here. And Orfia turns on that one and hooks it. Man, he hit that so hard and almost got out before it could hook foul. He will muscle up occasionally. 6 home runs on the year. And in his big league career, 31 in over 9 years, but not always as a full-time player. Good looking pitch. 92 under his hands.
Gio looking for some quick outs here in the fifth. Pitch number 84 coming. 50 strikes, 33 balls.
Tried to go side to over that breaking ball. 2-3-4 for the Padres. Carlos Quentin next. That's a good breaking ball. Really slowed down Denorfia's bat. Rendon throws him out. Then there's another Nats Live free postgame concert Sunday. It's a 1:35 game here against the Pods. Free postgame featuring Third Day. Game tickets starting at $10. Nationals.com/Nats Live. Some restrictions apply. You must have a ticket for July 7th to enjoy Third Day after the game. Carlos Quentin 0 for 2. He's pulled it twice. He's pulled it 3 times. Desmond in between hop. So smooth. 2 down.
Boy, just making the difficult play look so routine lately. And there was a time early in the season when he was making the routine play look difficult. It took him a while to get into the groove and the flow of the 2013 campaign. But how smooth has he been the last couple of months? 2 months and a half. Gets an in-between hop right there. Not a problem. No panic. Kind of handcuffed LaRoche with a throw.
Gio and Chase Headley, quite a matchup tonight. Headley has doubled and homered for both of San Diego's runs. And he had been 0 for 6 career against Gio coming in. This guy's just too good to be hitting around 220 a week and a half before the All-Star break. Huge year last year, his career year. Hit 286, 31 homers, 115 RBIs, 3 short of Dave Winfield's all-time Padre record. Great breaking ball. Won a Gold Glove and a Silver Slugger. Well, the Braves had 2 men on, and now they have 3 runs in Philadelphia as Desmond takes care of Headley. And a 10-pitch 1-2-3 inning for Gio. There's a big man waiting. SDNATWAS.com. And right here on Masson HD tonight, Nats 8, Padres 2, middle of the 5th. Wilson Ramos, 5 consecutive at-bats with hits. And how about this against 5 different pitchers? Both by Milwaukee and San Diego. By the way, the franchise record, 8 at-bats in a row with consecutive hits. Andre Dawson of the Expos and Dimitri Young of the Nats. That was a 10-pitch inning for Gio. He'll bat after Wilson Ramos here in the bottom of the 5th. He pulled a 2-run single in the 2nd, went the other way for an RBI single the next inning.
Well, who's he going to drive in this time? He got to drive himself in.
You calling something here?
No. Although I did call his homer yesterday. It's just not on TV.
You and Davey Johnson?
Called it to the truck, but that just makes me like 1 for 30 because I say it every time somebody comes up.
Ramos, hot shot. Headley robs him. That's the Gold Glove third baseman from a year ago. So Worth goes 5 consecutive ABs with a hit, and so does Ramos before ending.
Yeah, nice play right here by Headley. Hot shot off the bat of Wilson Ramos. What new? Gave with it. Got a tough hop. Threw it right on the money. Nice play. Wilson Ramos not too familiar with his own dugout since he's been back.
Gio tonight with the bat has tried to bunt twice. A changeup got him in the chest first time. And then last time he bunted in front of the plate and turned into a fielder's choice. He's going to flare one to right. And a good running catch by Kyle Blanks. Feeling his way onto the track and then near the rail. 2 outs.
A couple of nice plays here for the Padres defensively in the bottom of the 5th. First chase Headley at third base, and Kyle Blanks going a long way in a visiting ballpark with a weird configuration down the right field line. Makes a nice running catch. That's a whole lot of right fielder to get rolling right there at 6'6".
Big man. Denard Span. 1 for 3, 2-run double. So the Braves in the top of the 7th have scored 3 runs on Dan Uggla's 15th homer. And they also have runners at the corners with 1 out. So that game has suddenly taken a turn in Philly. Cliff Lee was in control of that thing. We'll keep our eyes on the scoreboard. Nats leading big here, 8-2.
I don't know if he counted that pitch right there. Yeah, it's 1-0.
Span pulls it, just missing the bag.
Make a play. No, 5-hole. Try.
And a 1-1. Span, another base hit. Stayed back, and he's 2 for 4.
Stayed back, but he stayed through it. So nice. Yeah, Denard Span figuring things out at just the right time for the Nats offense. They've been collecting his base hits all year long, but you see him go down and stay through that ball, releasing the top hand. Fooled, kept his hands back, guided it to right for his 2nd hit of the night. 2 for 4 in the 5th inning.
He's got a chance to go 5 for 7 tonight.
And that's a good thing.
Here's Desmond. A little bit outside. Ian a walk. His 23rd double of the year. And his 40th extra base hit. So only Cargo and Jay Bruce have more. He's right there with Carlos Gomez of Milwaukee. Next RBI will be number 50. High in the air to right for Desmond, who drove in 73 last year. That'll be caught by Kyle Blanks. On to the 6th inning now. Gio coming off a quick inning. Big lead to work with. The color red really sticking out tonight. 8 runs on 9 hits. Gio coming off his best inning of the evening to take on Blanks, Forsythe, and Guzman. 5, 6, 7 for the Padres in the 6th. Kyle Blanks has struck out twice, so he went up first pitch hacking. Doesn't want to get to a 2-strike count. Nice breaking ball by Gio. Padres box score, most of it Chase Headley. Denorfia set up the run in the first with a double. Headley drove him in with a double, and then homered in the 4th after a double play ball that minimized the damage there. Another nice breaking ball. Zimmerman on the charge to get the hop, the big hop. And now for Gio Gonzalez, 5 consecutive ground ball outs. And really 6 going back to a fielder's choice bunt by the pitcher Stauffer. So the outs are coming quickly and they're on bouncing balls. Logan Forsythe will be next here with 1 out in the top of the 6th in front of a big crowd at Nats Park tonight. Nationals averaging 33,277. It's in the top 6 in the National League, and that number will go up this weekend. First pitch swinging, Forsythe to right field. Worth now circling, did a little backpedaling, 2 outs.
That ball fooled Jason Worth initially. He took a couple steps in and realized that he had to go back, and probably a little smile under that glove. A guy that doesn't get tricked very often. We talked about his routes yesterday. Took a few steps in and had to retreat.
Braves, by the way, finally made the last out of the top of the 7th after getting 4 runs. It's a 1-run game in Philly now. Here's Jesus Guzman, who has doubled and singled. Gio's trending well here in the middle of the game. That's low.
On Twitter?
On the diamond.
Oh, all right.
On the mound.
By the way, what's your status? Mercedes-Benz on the pitch track, as I asked Bob Carpenter if he's on Twitter yet.
UPA up in the air.
Really?
I got to talk to Vinny.
I'm going to get Vinny to call you and tell you to get on Twitter. I'm going to ask Mr. Scully, can you please call my partner and tell him to get on Twitter since you did it?
And he'll say, who's your partner again?
Yeah.
Now, Vinny remembers everybody's name.
He does.
I don't know. He's got pretty important things to do with this time. Of course, nobody's ever said no to him. 1-2 pitch. Hot shot. Desmond. Backhand side. There's the gun. And the top of the 6th is over. This time, 9 pitches for Gio. Harper, Zimmerman, and LaRoche coming up. As if he flipped on a switch, Gio Gonzalez goes through 2 innings on 19 total pitches, getting some contact outs after really battling his way through some problems first couple of innings.
Yeah, making the adjustments, figuring it out, and we saw last time against the Mets how he pitched with the lead, and it was just about filling up the strike zone. The one trap you don't want to fall into if you're a pitcher with a lead is just laying it in there. You still have to pitch like it's a 0-0 game. The only thing that changes is maybe a few more fastballs, but you still have to hit a corner and hit your spots.
Defense behind him outstanding now that we're seeing some contact outs. And this guy playing shortstop, unbelievable right now.
Well, the last play he just made, we talked about the game moving slowly. Hot shot, very relaxed, very smooth with the glove, stands up with a big arm from shortstop. And I'll tell you what, we do that promotion for the Acela Express. He and Desmond has to be on the Acela Express to the All-Star game the way he's played the first half of this season.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he should be on one of those 16 daily nonstops between here and the Big Apple. Padres' only lefty in the bullpen, Joe Thatcher, takes over after 3 innings by Tim Stauffer. And Bryce Harper is the first batter. Harper and Thatcher. Bryce is 0 for 1. Odd weekend, or rather odd week for Bryce. Homered that first time up. A couple of walks in there. A sacrifice fly tonight on an impressive at bat. Just kind of weird to look up and he's 0 for his last 17. Tough to hang in there against a guy like Thatcher. Sidewinding his way and a breaking ball for the strikeout. Nats box score. Where do you start? Now, Ryan Zimmerman has a base hit, a walk, 2 runs. Guy who hits in front of him, Bryce Harper, the only man in the entire lineup who hasn't been on base, but Bryce has checked in with a with an RBI. So up and down the lineup, and Wilson Ramos is just on fire right now. And it took a great play by Headley to keep him from being 3 for 3. This is Thatcher to Zimmerman. Ryan 0 for 1 with a walk career against the San Diego lefty.
Oh, you said where do you start in the box score? I'm still going back to the game within the game. Second inning, Jason Worth 11-pitch base hit.
Yeah.
Against Andrew Kashner. And then the rest after that: walk, hit by pitch, double, single. Kashner out of the game, and you want to circle an at-bat early that had an effect on this ball game. It was Jason Worth's first at-bat.
Yeah, that was unbelievable when Kashner had to throw 45 pitches to get 3 outs. And 1/4 of those nearly to Jason Worth.
I'll tell you what, he's such a student of the game. The fact that he's hitting 6 now, it gives him an inning to check out a starting pitcher.
Forsythe takes care of the hustling Ryan Zimmerman. 2 outs.
On the bench, to where, you know, he's a guy that watches pitchers, watch for little subtleties in their windup, watches what they have going on a given night. So when he's leading off last year, doesn't have that luxury. Hitting second a lot this year, doesn't really have that luxury. But hitting 6, even if he does hit in the first inning, it gives him some time to get into the game and check out a pitcher and look for things that might help him out throughout the course of his first at-bat.
Adam LaRoche's 2 for 10 career against the lefty Joe Thatcher.
And not to mention helping the rest of his teammates out just for the fact that he's on the bench talking to them about what the guy's featuring on a given night. I like him hitting down the order. I'm sure Davey does too.
Adam thought he could get to a fastball up and in. Counts even 1-1. White House down, now playing in theaters.
Down the street.
Adam pulls it right there. Jesus Guzman into the 7th inning now. Gio's at 99 pitches. Might be around longer than we thought.
Had 8 RBI in his last 2 games. Face eater guy, 5 for 6, 3 runs in his last 2 games. And Gio Gonzalez, 6 innings pitched, 11 of his last 12 starts. He's won 2 in a row for the first time all year, trying to make it 3 here tonight. And he has had to battle a little bit. The changeup has been nice for him. He's gone to the curveball on occasion with 2 strikes to get some punch outs. You see the backdoor one right there to Cashner. And then a 6-4-3 double play that really you didn't think was going to be turned, but because of the strong arm of Anthony Rendon, it was. And it proved big after a solo home run by Chase Headley right after the double play. So Gio has been good once again here tonight.
Pitch number 100 right by Yasmani Grandal. He has struck out and walked. They'll hit in a moment for Thatcher. And Craig Stammen getting ready if Gio gets that pitch count up too high here in the 7th. Certainly ready for the 8th if and when Davey needs him. Just remarkable the way Gio has turned around his night. I mean, 3 innings ago he had 65 pitches through 3 innings. Now he has 99 coming into this inning. Continues to get ahead of guys and continues to get ground balls. Ryan Zimmerman simply flips it over to LaRoche for the first out, and Pedro Siriaco will be the pinch hitter. Tune in for the All-Star Game Tuesday, July 16th on Fox. The best players in the game as they compete in this year's Midsummer Classic.
Carp, I think we talk about pitch count a lot, but Gio Gonzalez isn't a command and control guy. He never will be. He's a power pitcher. Steven Strasburg the same. And Jordan Zimmerman a little bit more this year. But when you have guys that have plus stuff that throw hard, they're not going to be pitch minimizers. It's just not in their nature. It's not in their DNA. You know, they just get it and let it rip. And if they hit a spot, they hit a spot. If they don't, they really don't have to all the time because of the velocity and stuff they have. So I feel like with Gio and Strasburg, there's a tendency sometimes to get a little bit too caught up in the pitch count because they're never going to be low pitch count, throwing to a corner, getting ground ball guys. The power guys aren't like that.
1 ball, 1 strike to Pedro Siriaco, traded to the Padres for cash on June 14th after the Red Sox had designated him for assignment. He's a former Pirate who hit .216 for Boston in 28 games. He was with them last year when the Nats were up at Fenway.
Almost like John Daly hitting fairways, Carp, you know? I mean,
yeah, big hitters.
He's not a 3-wood guy. He's not going to try to hit the short hairs. He'd grip it and rip it, and it's the same thing for the lefty and the righty, Strasburg and Gio and Strasburg here.
Although those first 2 innings were a little extreme, 30 pitches then 20, but hey, you look at what happened in those innings. He struck out 4 guys. When they didn't get hits, nobody else could touch him, and the pitch counts will mount. And here he is in the 7th inning. That'll be a base hit for Siriaco. And his first pinch hit as a member of the Padres. So Gio gives up his first base hit since 1 out 3 innings ago. So he had a run there of 9 consecutive batters retired. Top of the order, Everth Cabrera. That ball's pretty well hit to right. Worth back for it, cruising, got it. 2 down. Tonight's copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals Baseball Club and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. As FP mentioned, Gio 119 pitches last time, and Davey's going to come and get him after 110, and you will hear quite a reaction from 34,000 here tonight. at Nationals Park. And tonight, Gio struck out 5 times $37 to the Children's Inn at the National Institutes of Health. So that's from our D.C. area Toyota dealers, helping children and their families with Toyota Case for Kids. The always busy Craig Stammen takes over his 27th appearance, 42 strikeouts in 45 innings. He'll face Chris Denorfia, who is 0 for 2 career against him. And a little flare, fair ball. Nats will have to hustle to keep Siriaco from scoring here. And it'll be retrieved by Rendon, and Chris Denorfia is 3 for 4 tonight.
Yeah, 13th double of the year, second tonight. Came in a bit of a scuffle. Well, we talked about him a lot in San Diego. Love the way he approaches the game. Hands inside the baseball right here. The pitch up from Stammen. He's able to get inside of it, bloop it down the right field line.
And now Carlos Quentin, who has never faced Craig Stammen. Gio got him out 3 times tonight on a long fly foul out and 2 ground balls, 1 a double play. 2 outs here in the 7th. And that ball is jacked toward the bullpen. And this is an 8-5 game on Quentin's 10th of the year.
Well, Davey Johnson's still looking for a 7th inning guy. He's given Craig Stammen a few chances. Drew Storn has wobbled a little bit lately, but you look at the pitch from Stammen, up again. So even though the double to Denorfia was inside, it was up. And that slider right there for Quentin. And that ball was touched. Got a ball game.
Yeah, a ways to go yet. 7 more outs on a ground ball. Chase Headley will foul it. Quentin was hurt for a while and just returning to the Padres lineup when the Nats were there in the middle of May on that long West Coast swing. It's a 4-game series. Nats and the Padres split it. Steven Strasburg started his first game in San Diego in that series, and he'll face the Padres on Sunday. Now no balls, 2 strikes to Headley, who's 2 for 3. First time he faces Craig Stammen. It goes off speed. No swing, says Dave Rackley down at third. Braves, by the way, did not score in the 8th at Philly. 5-4 ball game. Home team on top. And a ball pulled to Adam LaRoche, who can approach the bag as he picks it up. Padres pick up 3 quick runs. 7th inning stretch brought to you by Hyundai's Easy Decision event. Visit your Washington area Hyundai dealers this weekend. Union. 4 million members, 4 million stories. Navy Federal Credit Union. What a view into the ballpark from way out beyond center field. And we're going to the bottom of the 7th. And as the crowd hits the high note, here's our Freight Rail Works due up on this homestand. Look at Worth, 7 for 18. Anthony Rendon doing damage with his hits. And Wilson Ramos, a huge story now the last couple of games. Right-hander Dale Thayer. And stepping in to lead off, Jason Worth, who has never faced him.
Battle of the beards, Sue wins. Thayer's got a nice beard working with his fastball slider change.
32 years of age, 6 foot 215 from Fountain Valley, California. Major league time with the Rays and the Mets. And the Padres signed him as a minor league free agent December of 11. 64 games for the Padres last year out of the bullpen.
Pretty good fastball, 3/4, has sink to it. Low to mid 90s.
Tyler Clippard for the 8th. And the Padres will have 5, 6, and 7 due up.
Well, that home run was big for a number of reasons. It made it a 3-run game. So obviously game on in that regard. But now Davey Johnson has to step on the pedal with his bullpen to where maybe go 1, 2, 3 right there. Maybe get a couple innings out of Stanton.
Another hit for Jason Worth. Another 3-hit game. 3 for 3 with a walk yesterday. 3 for 4 tonight. The man is using the field, and that batting average is on the rise.
Yeah, whenever he stays tall on that backside, hands inside the ball, and he's getting hits the other way, you know he's locked. We made note in New York how he was wearing out the 5.5 hole and pulling everything, but look how he stays tall on the backside. Doesn't fly open, front side closed. It's a beautiful piece of hitting.
Hitting 286 now. Anthony Rendon steps in.
Some averages heading north in a hurry.
Yep. Desmond, Zimmerman, Worth, Ramos,
Span,
Masson. 1-0. Rendon took it. Nasty pitch under his hands. Nothing he could do with that. Let's check it out on the Nissan pitch track.
Late call by Mike Everett. Watch the home plate umpire. Think about it. Think about it. Yeah, it's a strike. It's a late call.
Rendon waits for that one. Bounces it to Headley. Turning it Forsythe, and for the second time tonight, Anthony Rendon beats out a relay.
Sneaky fast.
He is.
And just like we promised earlier in the game, it's not just a good time, it is Miller time. And let's check out Wilson Ramos. Little base hit through the 5.5 hole to keep the RBI and hit parade going for him. And then slapping one the other way for another lousy single and another lousy RBI. Check out the bench. Buffalo. Or Navajo, Tatanka. I speak Navajo, Carp. You didn't know that.
Really?
Yep. A little bit. Just one word.
Ball gets away off the glove of Guzman. Rendon to second base. It appeared to be a high but catchable throw. Yeah, I think they're going to give the error to Guzman.
Yeah, this is very catchable. This is just a concentration error right there. Looked like the ball surprised him. 90-foot mistake the Nats will take. Well, another RBI opportunity.
How about this? Headley had to rob him last time to keep him from getting a hit. Ramos on a big swing. Strike one count.
Well, his fourth at bat yesterday was the best one. This is his fourth at bat here tonight.
That's a foul tip on a check swing. No balls and 2 strikes to Wilson Ramos, who has driven in 3 runs tonight. Big gap in left center. Looks like they want to pitch him away. Fastball is upstairs. And a step off. Rendon back to the bag. Phillies are threatening to score bottom of the 8th, 2 on 2 out. Trying to get some breathing room against the Braves. Still a 5-4 game. 8-5 Nats here. And Ramos will hang tough and foul one away. Chad Tracy on deck to hit for Craig Stammen before Tyler Clipper takes over in the 8th inning. Ramos going to be called out on strikes and a fastball just under the ceiling of the strike zone. Nissan will track it.
Yeah, good pitch right here from Thayer. 2-seam fastball, ran it back, just caught the corner for strike 3.
Chad Tracy will hit for Craig Stammen here. And Chad Tracy, as a pinch hitter this year, 6 hits, 2 home runs, one of them against the Padres in San Diego back in May that helped the Nats win a ball game. He also had another base hit pinch hitting in that series.
Yeah, likes the Padres. Look at those numbers.
And that home run came in the top of the 10th inning against Houston Street on Friday, May 17th, with the Nats won a game 6-5. You might remember Adam LaRoche hit 2 homers that night, and Ryan Zimmerman hit one, turning that pitcher's park into a rather small yard. Tracy, hot shot to short. Everett Cabrera has it. And this one is headed to the top of the 8th inning. Tyler Clippert on the way. The Nats on top by 3. Jason Marquis, a former Natty, made 33 starts in 2010 and 11, went 10 and 14. It's 9 and 4 for the Padres. Jordan Zimmerman having an amazing season. He'll be looking for his 13th win. Leads the National League in wins, top 5 in innings, top 6 in ERA, and he always has the stingiest home ERA in the National League. We'll get you going at 3:30 with Nats Extra. And the 4:05 game tomorrow after we join you from the booth at 4 o'clock straight up. Well, you know what the 8th inning means? It's Tyler Clippard's 37th appearance, 35 strikeouts in 36 innings. And opposing hitters batting 157 against him.
A 6-1 record, 2.27 out of the bullpen for the Nats. Fastball, cutter, curveball change. Fastball low to mid 90s, changeup, best secondary pitch.
Padres trying to get back into this game. Their closer hasn't been able to do much work lately, and they're warming him up. There's Kyle Blanks to lead off. Clippard delivers a fastball up and away. Houston Street, 15 saves, but none in a week. Blanks one career at bat against Tyler Clippard. It was a walk. And 91 right by him. That ball hit hard out to right center. Denard Span watching it and calmly takes it halfway onto the track. Bring your group out to Nationals Park. Group tickets great for all types of events, company outings, birthday parties, family reunions, any get-together you can think of. The bigger the group, the bigger the savings. Log on to nationals.com/groups to check out great opportunities. Logan Forsythe 1 for 3 tonight. And 0 for 2 career against Tyler Clippard. Trying to get the ball to Soriano. Nats, by the way, will have the top of their order up in the bottom of the 8th. Phillies not able to score in the 8th. So the Braves leading off with B.J. Upton against Jonathan Papelbon in Philadelphia.
Curveball right there from Clippard, getting strike 2. Let's track it with Mercedes-Benz right here. Didn't do a whole lot. Maybe the change of speed is what got Forsythe.
Well, and he throws that pitch so infrequently. Hitters just really don't look for it ever. And a 1-2 now. He goes challenge fastball. And Forsythe off to the right late. Jesus Guzman has had 3 good at bats tonight, 2 hits, and Ian Desmond robbed him on a good play last time.
The fans asking Tyler Clippard at the tweet up the other day about how he licks his fingers after every pitch. And if he ever runs out of saliva, and he said there was actually times when he does based on where he's playing. He said in Denver, it's tough to get any kind of moisture on your fingers.
Look at that change up for a strikeout. 2 outs.
There you go.
It's muggy enough around here, not a problem, right?
Well, it's just routine now and habit. You watch him, he'll lick his fingers, then go to his hat. But you look at him kind of pronating that changeup right there, getting inside of it, turning it over. Looks like a fastball. about 10 miles an hour slower for strike 3.
He'll face Jesus Guzman.
The guy that used to pitch for the Padres late in the game that knew something about a changeup.
Yeah, his name's the same as the third base coach, Hoffman.
Well, Glenn's his brother, but Trevor, the best changeup I ever saw by far, and I think anybody that ever faced him will tell you the same.
And you knew it was coming, right?
Yeah. Sit on it and still not hit it.
Well, they think they can get to that high heater. That plays into Tyler's hands, who throws a lot of high fastballs. Upton made an out in Philly. Brian McCann's batting against Papelbon now. Nats leading by 3 here in the top of the 8th inning. Work to do for a while in this one. And Tyler Clippard trying to get it to the bottom of the 8th. He got him on 93 upstairs. Another great 8 for Tyler Clippard. Crowd loves it. Top of the order coming up. Nats by 3. On top by 3. They've hit the cover off the ball tonight. It has stayed in the yard. It's about the only thing they haven't done is go deep. When they do, and it's happened 78 times this year, it's $250 to the Children's National Medical Center. From Lexus, the pursuit of perfection, and our Washington, D.C. Lexus dealers. Houston Street. When a team's on a losing streak, your closer doesn't get the opportunities he needs, but he still needs work, and he'll get it here in the 8th. And he's a guy who doesn't really overpower people. Not a big strikeout guy, 15 of them in 27 innings. And the ERA up there a little bit this year. He's been hit at times.
And fastball slider change. It was a slider in the low 80s, fastball in the upper 80s, changeup averaging 81 miles an hour.
Denard Span will lead off in the 8th. Span against Street, 1 for 3 career. Washington trying to make this a non-safe situation as Soriano gets ready. Denard, a good night. He's pulled it twice, 2-run double and a base hit. Counts even, 1-1. He's ready. 22nd save yesterday in the Nats' 8-5 win against Milwaukee. Span's going to lay one down. He's off to the races. Houston Street, really good play to throw him out. Bare hand got rid of it fast.
Yeah, Houston Street, one of the better athletes in the National League on the mound. You get an example why right there.
So we've seen some great bunts this week. Tough to get hits.
Well, Denard Span has made a few. This one a little too close to Houston Street. And you see the first bounce right there. I think he had good direction, but didn't get a really good hop. In Street, like a middle infielder, with the play right on the money. That's a nice play.
Here's Desmond. Ian's been on base twice, a walk, a double. 0 for 1 career against the San Diego closer.
Strange first swing by Ian Desmond. I don't think I've ever seen him swing like that. Got fooled by the off speed and tried to hold up. For a guy that's absolutely locked in, getting 2 hits a day, check his swing out. Tried to hold up. Just got fooled a little bit on the off speed.
On a breaking ball away, a pop-up right side. Logan Forsythe, 2 down. Win a hitting lesson with Ryan Zimmerman. Join Masson's Touch 'em All rewards for your chance to win the grand prize. Go to MassonSports.com to sign up starting this Monday.
Goodness, lunch with Ryan, a fan challenge with Ryan, and now win a hitting lesson? Does this guy have time to play baseball?
And by the way, no professional baseball players allowed. This is for us civilians only.
Goodness, what a nice guy.
Well, I know what Ryan's next project will be. Mastering the facial expression during a ball game. By the way, that game's gone final in Philadelphia. Phillies hold on to win 5-4. Nats could be 5 back if they get 3 more outs in the top of the 9th. So Papelbon holds on to get the save. They had a man aboard with 2 outs. Harper in the air. Cabrera, Headley, shortstop makes the call. Nationals go quickly against Houston Street. Now on South Capitol Street, it'll be Soriano. For the final 3 outs, but from that vantage point, look at that view of Nationals Park.
That's what we do to the fans at home right there.
Very nice.
Out cold.
Speak for yourself. You're all awake and you're about to go to the 9th inning, and so is Julie.
I am. This game definitely keeps you awake. Are you kidding? What an offensive show. Quick injury update for you guys. Ryan Matthews actually threw from the mound today. If you remember, he broke his hand. Actually, when we were back in San Diego against this club, he was frustrated. He hit his hand against a locker, broke his hand. He's been on the DL. But today, he actually threw from the mound for the first time. He threw 25 pitches. Davey Johnson said he looked great. The plan from now on, going forward, he's going to throw 3 to 4 more times from the mound. Shouldn't take as long as it would a starter. Maybe 10 more days, and by then, hopefully we should see him back.
Well, that's only going to make the bullpen, which is already solid, even better. And here's the guy at the back end of the bullpen who keeps getting it done. First up, Yasmani Grandal, the catcher.
Davey quipped before the game that we're playing the team today that made Ryan Matthews break his hand. Be good to have him back.
And there's the San Diego State product, Steven Strasburg, who goes on Sunday. Grandal has never faced Soriano. So he gets ahead and throws the 93 right by him. Kinetic North America tracking a heater.
And fastball up in the zone. Got a chase. The 93, good velocity from Soriano.
Yeah, I think all season long he's maybe topped out 93, 94. In his save yesterday, with a base hit and a walk in the ninth, he had to throw 19 pitches, 13 strikes. Veteran Mark Kotsay, left-handed batter, waiting. As the Padres are down by 3 here in the top of the ninth. Ramos tried to frame it, ball 2. Good pitch, good hat. (8-5) Washington. Hits are even at 10. Davey Johnson trying to get his ball club back to 2 over 500. Trying to win their 25th game of the year here at home. Two balls, 2 strikes. Well-placed fastball. Well-placed shortstop. And a very well-placed throw. 1 out.
So what are you trying to say?
I feel pretty well after that play.
A lot of well placed there.
Big out when they're enjoying a 3-run lead. Just keeping guys off base. Johnny Holiday, Ray Knight here at the ballpark. Nats Extra presented by PNC Bank. When this one's over, Mark Kotsay is 1 for 6 career against Rafael Soriano. And for the Padres this year as a pinch hitter, he's 7 for 29 with a homer and 4 batted in. To left, to Harper. 2 outs.
Big crowd on their feet. Digging the offense they've seen here tonight.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch the club swinging the bat like this. Well, everybody watching the scoreboard, they know Atlanta has lost and how important it is to get this final out. It'll be Everth Cabrera who made his return to the San Diego lineup tonight. And the Nats are going to retire him all 5 times, win the game, and they're 5 behind Atlanta.
Last out, shirts out. Look at 4 of their last 6 games, 13 runs, 10 runs, 8 runs, and 8 runs here again tonight. Objects in their rearview mirror may appear closer than they are. Nats 5 back of the Braves.
And lots of pizza in Northern Virginia, D.C., and Maryland. The Nats win it 8-5, and Soriano on some kind of roll.